For years, a man named Josh had been haunted by strange and mysterious events happening in his home. Determined to find real evidence of the unseen presence he believed was watching him, he installed surveillance cameras in every corner of the house. From furniture suddenly moving on its own in the dead of night to dark shadows slowly gliding across the walls, everything was clearly captured on video. But one night, one of the recordings revealed something far more terrifying than he ever imagined. A moment that confirmed his deepest fears. In the pitch-black silence of his basement, an unseen presence began to reveal itself in a way that shattered the calm. One by one, nearby objects toppled over for no apparent reason, starting with a decorative tree followed by a doll and finally a potted plant. There was no wind, no tremor, nothing that could logically explain what happened. Then suddenly the atmosphere shifted. Strange glowing orbs appeared, slowly drifting through the air as if dancing in the darkness. But that wasn't the most terrifying part. A few weeks later, something even more disturbing occurred. Josh nearly fell out of his chair after hearing a chilling sound captured in his kitchen. The room was completely empty, not a single thing was moving. Yet somehow a chilling laugh echoed through the space, even though no one was there. The voice sounded like a woman's whisper, soft yet carrying a chilling aura that sent shivers down to the bone. And at the moment the sound was recorded, Josh was completely alone in the house. His whole body went cold as he tried to make sense of what he had just heard. But that was only the beginning of a much darker terror. Shortly after, his camera captured something so horrifying that Josh was left frozen, unable to utter a single word. The unmistakable sound of footsteps thundered from the basement, strong and steady, leaving a deeply unsettling impression. Each heavy thud felt like an unseen presence walking right inside the room. Could it be the same spirit that had once let out that disembodied laugh? As Josh replayed the recording, the sound seemed far from over, continuing to haunt him. Right outside his bathroom door, the camera captured something truly terrifying. A raspy, threatening voice whispered directly into the microphone. Although the words were muffled and broken, the voice spoke in full sentences that sent chills down Josh's spine. He thought the worst was behind him, but in reality what awaited was far more frightening. One night around 8 p.m., his kitchen camera captured a truly terrifying event. A dark shadow with a clearly human-like shape walked calmly across the room, but its face was unrecognizable. As the figure disappeared to the right, a bright flash of light suddenly streaked near the cabinets as if something was following it. The footage shook Josh deeply and made him start questioning whether the house was still safe to live in. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. This chilling footage was captured inside a museum, and what it shows is enough to make anyone's skin crawl. The story begins with a man who decided to visit the museum just a few days after his father had been there. His father came home with a deep sense of unease that he couldn't quite explain, as if something had followed him in his thoughts. What disturbed him most was an exhibit featuring a woman named Sabina. Maybe it was the lifelike appearance of her wax figure, or perhaps her dark connection to ancient witchcraft and mysticism. Whatever it was, that display left him deeply unsettled. And after seeing what his son managed to capture on video, he swore never to step foot in that place again. Here is the footage from the exhibit that left both of them shaken with fear.
¡Ay, hijo de güey, qué pedo!
Without warning, the wax figure of Sabina seemed to come to life. In a sudden, stiff yet terrifying motion, her head slowly turned, almost as if locking eyes with the person filming. The eerie moment was enough to send chills down the spine of the man behind the camera, but his fear didn't stop him. Instead, his curiosity grew stronger, hoping to capture even more unexplainable activity. But soon after, the figure went completely still again, frozen in place as if it had never moved at all. Or maybe it was just pretending.
Güey, qué pedo?
The chilling footage left many viewers deeply unsettled, including the father, who had sensed a dark presence in the museum from the very beginning. Unlike most people, he tried to calm his nerves by looking for a logical explanation. He wondered if perhaps the statue was actually designed to move, maybe using some kind of subtle animatronic technology hidden within. But that theory was quickly ruled out. According to the museum's curator, the Sabina statue is completely static. It contains no moving parts, no hidden tech, and absolutely no logical explanation for what was captured on camera.
¿Qué onda, amigo? No manejo nada de mecatrónica. Es una figura totalmente en cera. Mira, es una pieza total, rígida, no se puede manipular. Te digo, no tiene nada. Te digo, mira, te muestro. No hay cables. No hay nada, no es un robot, es una figura totalmente en cera.
If the statue wasn't designed to move and there's no trick involved, then how did its head turn like that? So far, no logical explanation has been found. To this day, this chilling incident remains one of those unsolved supernatural mysteries. Whether it's just a restless spirit, leftover energy from the past, or something far more terrifying, it's up to you to decide after watching. But beware. This could be one of the creepiest moments ever caught on tape inside a museum. This gripping video was recorded by Thomas, an 11-year-old boy, and quickly caught the attention of many people online due to the strong reactions from him and his mother during their terrifying spiritual experience. It's important to note that neither of them had ever encountered anything paranormal before, so the fear they felt was genuine and deep. The incident shook them so much that they even considered leaving the house for good. The only thing holding them back was the father, who remained convinced that nothing unusual was happening. However, what took place around 10 p.m. that night changed everything dramatically.
What the heck?
Oh my goodness!
Like, what the heck?
That's spooky. That's spooky.
That is weird.
It's nearly midnight as well.
It is actually, look. Oh my god.
It did it again.
Wow.
It did it again. Look at the dog. It's freaked out. What is it?
I don't know. No, I don't want to.
Go see what it is.
I don't want to.
Go on.
I'm getting as far back as I can. I'm like against the wall.
It's stopped. It's stopped now.
Yeah.
Go see what it is.
No, it's
Go on.
scary.
Oh! I can hear a noise.
I can hear it. I heard it.
Go see what it is. Oh! I saw something come on the bottom.
What? Maxi.
Maxi, get it. Get it, Maxi.
Maxi, get it.
What is it, Maxi? What is it? Maxi, get it.
What the heck?
What is it? I saw it. I saw something come out. And then it went back in. Is it a bird? Is there a little bird stuck in there or something?
We don't own a bird.
What about a little ghosty? Is it a
Do you
ghosty?
think?
Is it a ghosty?
Like, I don't believe in abnormal stuff, but this is just weird.
Maxi. Maxi.
Maxi, come here.
Maxi.
Get it.
Get it. What's it, Maxi? What's it? In there. Open the cupboard, Ollie. Open it.
No, I don't want to.
Maxi, sit. Sit. Sit.
That is actually so weird.
Open the cupboard, Ollie.
I'm going to kick it.
Open it.
No, no, no. I don't want it.
In the footage, the cupboard suddenly moves on its own, as if controlled by an unseen force. No one is touching it, there's no external push, and nothing visible around it. This video sparked a lot of debate and skepticism, mainly because Thomas and his mother chose not to approach or investigate it further. Because of that, many skeptics quickly dismissed it as a staged trick, maybe pulled by a hidden string from behind. But personally, I don't believe it was a hoax. I'm convinced they froze out of pure fear. Honestly, if I were in their shoes facing something that could be a poltergeist, I'd probably lose the courage to get any closer too. This video comes from a man named Diego, who lives alone and has been plagued by strange, unexplained occurrences in his home for months. One night, well past midnight, he was suddenly jolted awake by a strange sound echoing from downstairs. Instinctively, he turned his head and saw his cat lying calmly next to him on the bed. That's when a chilling thought crossed his mind. If his cat is up here, then what made that noise downstairs?
Ese no es mi gato. Mi gato está ahí arriba.
Still holding his beloved cat tightly, Diego slowly made his way down the stairs, each step taken with caution and unease. But suddenly he froze, his eyes locked onto a startling sight. Another cat, identical in every way to the one cradled in his arms. His heart pounded. Something was wrong. Deep down, he could feel it. Without hesitation, Diego spun around and bolted back upstairs, slamming the bedroom door shut and locking it tight behind him. He clutched the real cat to his chest while downstairs, something, not human and definitely not an animal, lingered in the shadows, disguising itself as something it was never meant to be. That's when the nightmare took a terrifying new turn. Heavy footsteps began echoing right outside Diego's bedroom door, followed by a chilling wail that crept slowly through the hallway. Either the cry of something in pain, or a sinister call meant to lure its prey. The steps paced back and forth endlessly, building an unbearable tension. Diego stayed frozen in place, clutching his cat tightly while the sounds grew closer and more terrifying. Then, as if time itself had stopped, everything fell silent. Gathering every ounce of courage, Diego finally stepped out to check the house, only to find the downstairs in total disarray. Furniture had shifted, objects were strewn everywhere, and worst of all, something was still there. Something that didn't want to stay hidden anymore. So what's really going on in Diego's house? Is he truly being haunted by a malevolent spirit or a terrifying doppelganger? Or could it all be an elaborate illusion with a perfectly logical explanation? The answer is up to you to decide. A nurse who had just finished her night shift at the hospital was startled by a piercing scream that echoed through the hallway as she was about to head home. The sound was so terrifying that she froze for a moment, trying to make sense of what she had just heard. With her heart pounding, she quickly pulled out her phone and started recording, hoping to capture something that could explain the strange event. But when she reviewed the footage, a wave of fear washed over her. What the camera had caught was far more horrifying than anything she could have imagined.
Loco, que vi a alguien pasar. ¡Ey! Váyanse de aquí, ahorita va a prender un incienso. Se les acabó el chistecito.
What is that creature? It stands completely still, unmoving, its sharp gaze piercing through the darkness of the hallway as if silently stalking its prey. That shadowy figure shows no signs of life, just standing there, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Now imagine this. Could you really return to work in that place knowing that something so terrifying might be lurking again? This is the kind of nightmare brought to life. A chilling recording filled with unexplainable terror. A true story from a world that defies all logic. This chilling footage was captured when a retail store manager was working late alone at night. It wasn't just any employee. This time it was the person in charge who had an unforgettable experience. Around 10 p.m., he arrived unannounced to check whether the cleaning crew had done their job properly. The store looked fairly tidy, with only a few minor areas that needed improvement. He was about to call his team to give his usual feedback. But before he could even make the call, something happened. Something that left him frozen in place, speechless and completely unprepared for what he was about to face.
Ya. Miren, van a salir para las 2 y algo me tiene intrigado. Iremos a grabar. Perrito me estaba molestando harto rato y de verdad que no sé si es verdad lo que me dicen de acá. No sé qué onda. Vamos a hacérnoslo. Hay algo sí que me molesta. Ah, conchetumare. Bacán.
At the very end of the surveillance footage, something unsettling happens. A shopping cart suddenly rolls forward all on its own. There was no one nearby and nothing physically pushing it. The movement felt unnatural, silent and deliberate. With no clear explanation for what caused it, many viewers believe it could be the result of paranormal activity, perhaps a ghost or poltergeist lingering inside the store. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain. This is not something you'd want to see during a late-night shift. This creepy video comes from the YouTube channel, True Horror Stories POV. The story begins when a woman visits her friend at their home. But just as she's about to leave, something terrifying suddenly happens to her friend. A strange creature suddenly appears right in front of him, turning the atmosphere chilling and tense. When the key dropped to the floor and she bent down to pick it up, suddenly a pair of floating feet appeared behind her. Overcome with intense fear, she immediately ran out of the building. As she was running, this is what happened next. Watch closely.